Hey there, Jason here with Volunteer Botanicals, and today we're tackling one of the most important and honestly most misunderstood topics when dealing with infusing botanical-based drinks, and that's dosing. Whether you're working with psychoactive ingredients like Delta-9 THC or non-psychoactive ingredients like CBD, lion's mane, saffron, vitamins, finding that perfect balance is key. And remember, this isn't medical advice. I am no doctor. It's practical advice. Everyone's different when it comes to dosing, so today we're going to talk about dosing ranges, why they matter, and how to keep it simple while staying compliant. Let's jump in. So let's dig in a little and talk about what psychoactive even means. It's a very generic term and it's used and applied in a lot of different ways depending on the ingredient that you're speaking about. So for our case, in this video, let's talk about psychoactive as intoxicating. You're going to consume this, or your customer is going to consume it, and they're going to have an absolute head change. So think of an effect like alcohol or THC as psychoactivity. It's changing the state that you're in. And with an ingredient like THC, precision is non-negotiable. It's very, very strong, and a little goes a long way. Whether you're trying to develop a 2 milligram drink or a 5 milligram or a 10 milligram, all those effects are extremely different, even though we're moving up in single milligrams. So everyone processes that particular ingredient differently, and they metabolize it differently, and their tolerance is different. So you have to be very careful, and we have to make sure we're actually providing the exact amount that we say on the can. All right, now you've decided how much of any particular ingredient, especially the psychoactive ones, want to go in your drink. So now you got to test it to ensure that what your intention to put in the drink and your math line up with what an actual third-party testing lab will prove to you is in your can. And think of it more like a report card. It tells you that your product actually has in each can what you intended to deliver or what you promised. Without it, you're guessing. And trust me, no one likes a surprise of a drink that's either too weak or too strong because you guessed about putting how much of a particular ingredient into that can. And let me tell you this, testing allows you to dial in the exact dose you want batch after batch. And the more you work with these ingredients and testing labs that we can recommend to you, the better at formulating you're gonna get. And we provide, I mentioned before, in a sample kit that allows you to dose on the fly, very small benchwork, single beverages at a time without having to do any math. And so this will get you comfortable with working with the ingredients. When you're ready to go to batch and you run your cans, you've already had good experience about making sure the exact amount of ingredients are in those cans. And that is the key to making sure that you can deliver the exact kind of drink you're trying to deliver. For many breweries and beverage manufacturers, this is your first time to work with an ingredient that has an active molecule or is intoxicating. So it's very, very, very important that you stay compliant with your manufacturing as well as your state rules of what you can and can't put into a can. So compliance, we know it can feel overwhelming. We get overwhelmed, and we've been in this space over 8 years. It's always changing. But here's the good news. You can know that federal law for THC from hemp is very straightforward. Keep it under 0.3% by dry weight. And in a can, you got a lot of weight in that can. So rest assured that our federal law allows you to put this into a beverage. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be the same for your state or your county. Regulations are a little bit tricky to navigate, and we have a lot of experience working with different customers all across the US. And so we want to be there as a team of supporters to help you figure out whether you need a compliance attorney or whether you can just follow the state's guidelines, usually provided by the Department of Ag, state to state. Some states are super laid back and others not so much. So let's make sure that before you even get all of this up and running, that you're staying compliant with what you can and can't put in that can. And to close, let's bring it all together. It really starts with clear dosing ranges. Understanding the difference between a psychoactive and a non-psychoactive ingredient. Prioritize your testing with every batch that you're making and stay compliant, and nail your labeling with a badass label. When you have a badass label and you've got a clear potency and you tell the story and vibe of your brand, anything is possible. And guess what? You don't have to do that by yourself. If you need help, we've got 2 or 3 designers that can help you sit down and map out what needs to go on your label in an efficient manner, 2 to 3 weeks, and you're up and running. We're happy to connect you directly. At Volunteer Botanicals, we have seen a lot of problems as new people get involved into this space, and we're here to help you every step of the way. It's what we do, it's how we live our lives. And if we reduce friction for you, we all win together. So from your testing needs to dosing up, to what's going in your drink and the active compounds, and even helping you in production and production math, we are here to make your job easier. Visit our website at volunteerbotanicals.com to learn a little bit more about what we do, and you can schedule a call with me, Jeremy, or one of the team, and we're happy to walk you through all of this personally. Thanks for watching today. Take care.